what I'm going to show you right now is this 5 steps to broadcast a successful live Hangout on air. And if you open this up, you'll see that there are a lot of step-by-step training instructions here showing you how this works. And again, you can read this on your own time with a lot of demos. I just wanted to today go through and just show you kind of a quick overview of how these steps work. So what I'm going to do is go to a fan page here. This is a Facebook page. It's already created, and it's a demo page that we use, Smooth Marketing, right? Now, on the left side is where the apps are installed. So custom apps like 22 Social are installed on the page. I've built some of these in the past. What we're going to do is add a new one on here and build it from scratch. So to do that, I can open up any one of these apps. This is a shortcut for any of you who struggle to find all your admin stuff. You can open up any app that you already have installed on your page, and you'll see the My Apps section. That's conveniently located on at the top of all your apps where you can edit. And that'll open up a section here where you can see all the apps that you've created and open them up, or click Install Another App. So I just want to point that out. It's very easy to find this if you already have one installed. If you don't, and you're brand new, the first time you'll want to go to 22s.com/account. And you'll open up this page here where it's just on our fan page. We give you a little account login page here, and it'll open up My Apps, and you'll see that button again with your list. So if you don't have an app yet, you can go here, 22s.com/account, and click the green button to install another app. What's going to happen is when you click Install Another App, we're going to connect to Facebook and find all the Facebook pages that you are an admin of.
Yeah, so we're collecting pretty much all the information on the pages, so we know what we're working with before you even get started. So
yeah, so it takes a second to connect to Facebook. It's not really our fault. We just have to, Facebook has a lot of information on the back end. And once this loads, it'll pull up a wizard where you can just select your Facebook page from a drop-down. So here we are. And what you'll see here is in this drop-down are all the pages that you are an admin of. So you need to be an admin of a fan page before you can install an app. And if it's your client or a friend, as long as you're an admin of their page, it'll show up here. So if I click this, I just want to identify Smooth Marketing. There it is. I can click on that. You'll notice I have a bunch because I get added to a lot of pages as an admin. Yeah. But at the top there, I can just click Smooth Marketing, and that was the page I wanted to install the app on. I'll click Install App. And this is all you need to know to get your app installed. That one-step process, basically, find your fan page, and now it's installing all of the 22 Social software into your page as an app.
Boom.
And there we go. It's going to load up our default stuff. You'll see down here it's added another little tab. They call them tabs over here on the left. So now it's installed here. And, of course, you can customize the name of the app. As we've done up here, eventually you'll customize this and get them to look nice and put them at the top. But when they install, it'll say something like Learn More. And when it's installed, the first things we recommend you do is, if you're going to do this for a Hangout, just go to the Templates section right there. Your editing controls here. The orange buttons are really the key here. And you'll click Template, choose one of the Hangout options. And really what the templates are is just preloaded content. None of these are special in any way. They're just... Basically, what we've done is we've gone in and edited the layouts, the styles, and the content for you, and then put them in here as templates. So they don't do anything special. They use the same system of 22 Social, but it's going to save you time, because if you want to do a Hangout, then you can just select from these to get started. So you'll click on one of these, and you'll see it loads in some cool content. And you'll also notice the gate. So the second part of this whole process is the registration. So people will only get to your Hangout section there if they go through the gate. So there's 2 parts to this that have been loaded in for you. What you'll want to do right away is click Save once you're ready to start editing. Lock in all those changes, because it just changed a bunch of code in the background by changing the template. And this will just take a second. So what I'm going to do in this demo today is not tell you everything you need to know. There's a lot, obviously, in that step-by-step guide. There's a lot of little things you might want to know here and there. But I want to just show you the magic of it so you can see how it's really not that complicated. So I'm going to kind of customize this now. And what I like to do after I save a template is just reload it, because it'll load up some of the Facebook plugins again. Now it'll be a little more accurate. So you can see the changes are there. The app is not published right now, so no one can see it. Once I'm ready, I will publish this. So I like to go in there and then just start changing the style. And what I'll do is just kind of edit a couple things here and just show you a little bit of the magic of how you can make this thing look really cool. You know, change the button color. You see a preview here. It's also updated in real time down below.
Andrew's zipping right through this stuff, but we do have a foundation training where he goes in detail on all this. And actually, once this is over, we'll have a video gallery, and you'll be able to access that training.
Yeah, so of course, this isn't a full training, but I'm just showing you the magic of how it works. So you see I just loaded that up. It also automatically updated the gate right here, so that looks cool. Just editing those simple controls. I can click content to change out the text. So really point and click editing. I can change the text of all this. I can change the media. And this is where we're going to load in the video, but you have up to 5 media sections you can add in here and all kinds of rich media, single images, videos, audio galleries, social widgets. And the way it works is it's stacked media. So how this is set up right now is we have an image, and media 2 is this shadow image that we give you for free. It's built right in there. So that's a cool way of stacking the media. You can see you have an image and then a lower shadow. So what this is really designed to do is put in your video file right here. So just like we're doing right now on our app, you can stream live right here. You can also add in buttons. And you can link your buttons anywhere online. So if you have some kind of a web page, sorry, I think we're using a lot of bandwidth right now.
Yeah, we are.
If you have a web page you can make some money with, you can send them anywhere else online. So I would recommend putting a link, which would be a URL right here, just a URL. You want this button to go to a web page. We don't teach really on these two options, but most of the time you're just going to want to put a URL. So you can name the button, say learn more, link them over to some kind of site. I'll just do apple.com. Of course, it could be any URL online. And let's just drop in a URL. So I just added a button. We'll do a second button, maybe get started. You can imagine what you want to put in these buttons. But it's important because this is a page now that you're going to be streaming live on. You can have your own action buttons down here. We call them action buttons because if they're watching you live, you probably want them to take some kind of action, right? Even if it's a recorded video, you have their attention right here, so might as well put a button for them to do something. So it's important to have that set up. Now let's go ahead and let's create a Hangout and embed it here. So the process to get that done is very simple. We make it easy for you. 22s.com/stream. 22s.com/stream. That link will take you right into your own YouTube channel where it'll go into the live streaming section and the events section. So it's important to know that in your YouTube channel, you have the live streaming and then events. You'll want to use the events. And if you're brand new, you haven't done this before, there are steps you need to do to set up your 22 Social account to where you can do this. And
You mean your YouTube account?
Sorry, your YouTube account. My bad. Yes, good correction there. And the information there is on this note. If you need help with this, we can give you a link to this note. But again, it's in our notes section on our page. Requirements for you, there it is, to get your YouTube account set up. It's free to do. You just have to follow some steps to get your account set up so that once you do that one time, you can do this as many times as you want. You can broadcast over and over again. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm live, it's showing me something else, but usually it'll show upcoming. So anything that you have scheduled, you'll have it right here. I'm going to create a new live event, and I'll just schedule it for later today. This section probably looks familiar. It looks just like a YouTube setting here, so I'll do a testing demo today. You can schedule out as far ahead of time as you want, I believe. So we'll just say it's today, and we'll say it's 5 o'clock tonight. There we go. It's very important to get the privacy correct. So 99% of the time we do unlisted. That's that feature right there that we mentioned is important because that's the best way to get it kind of locked there behind the gate on your app. So using unlisted. If you want to practice, the only other option I would recommend is using that private option. If you want to do a practice run and so where no one can see it, private is a great way to go. So that's how I would use private. Public, obviously you could do as many public ones as you want, but they're going to be out there on YouTube and people can watch them anywhere. So just keep that in mind.
And that's sort of like Facebook Live, right? That's public.
Exactly. So it's great, but if you want to have it behind a gate on your app, we recommend unlisted. You can add a description or tags, not required. The other very important thing is using the quick option here. And you'll notice, type quick using Hangouts, Google Hangouts on air. So there it is, right? And that is going to give you the ability to use the Hangouts on air streaming software. It's all free, built right in automatically. And that's where you'll use this to invite your guests and do sound effects and all kinds of cool stuff. So the quick is what you always want to do. What we're doing today is custom, and it's way, way more complicated.
Yeah.
So don't go there. But it's powerful, kind of like what Facebook Live is doing, where you see some people do really powerful Facebook Live broadcasts. But what we've done in the past and for years, quick is the best way to go, and that's what you're going to want to do. So keep it at quick. And the last part here to get this set up, in the advanced settings, there's two things you want to uncheck. First, enable live chat. Let's turn that off because we're going to use a Facebook commenting stream on the app, and we don't want people to get confused if they find some other chat stream elsewhere. I don't even know where that would show up. I just like to disable that so that it doesn't confuse any viewers. And the second thing is promotions. We don't want this to be promoted, so I just uncheck those because we don't want Facebook sharing this, or not Facebook, but YouTube. Sorry, I'm too many different platforms. You don't want YouTube sharing this all over YouTube for free when you only want people who are on your fan page opted in.
Who have paid you by becoming a lead.
Paid by becoming a lead, sure. Okay, so there you go. Uncheck the live chat and those two options. And that's it. That's okay. That's the whole way to get this thing set up. It's not that complicated. I'm just showing you all the things, but you can see how simple it is. It takes about 10 seconds once you've done it once, right? The first time is always the hardest. So that's it. Those settings there. Create event. Now it's creating the event, and it'll show up here in the upcoming section. And there it is, testing demo. This is where you see that start Hangout on air. I'm going to find out what happens when I click this. This would be cool if it works. Since I'm using the custom option, yeah, we could actually demo this thing. Look at this. Okay, wow. So we're doing a Hangout, but okay, this is complicated. But for you, all that matters for you is that you can see this is actually what it looks like when you're firing this thing up and doing a Hangout on air.
Hopefully we don't crash something here.
We got a lot of different web things going on. But what happens is this is actually what you see. So you can see this start broadcast. You saw it was loading there for a minute. It means it was kind of preparing, ready to go. Now that green button is there, I can click to broadcast. But that wouldn't do much good because I haven't embedded this thing into the app. So all you want to do when you open this up is get the link. So where do I find the link for this thing? Down in the bottom right, check this out, links. That's what you want to click to, there we go, get your links. Now they give you two different options, the YouTube link or the video embed link. We have an option to put both of those in as a media type on the app, but to keep it simple, I like to just use the YouTube link. It's just clean and easy. Click copy, and that's it. So let me go back here to our app, Smooth Marketing. Which one was it? Here it is. Yes, okay. So here's the app I was editing, right? It's still not published yet, but what I'm going to do is change the media section and put in that YouTube link. So let's click Content, Media, and let's go to Media 1, and I'm going to change that from image or photo to a video. I'll click on YouTube, and all I'm going to do is paste in that YouTube link. I like to keep it at autoplay so that it's automatically going when they show up. You can hide the controls if you'd like. I usually don't, but it's an option. And now that Hangout on air is embedded. You can see it even shows a countdown timer because I scheduled it at 5 o'clock today. So that's all done automatically. I can just click Save Changes. So just like that, I now have a Hangout embedded into the app. So we're getting pretty close. I can even close out this window, right? Because I'm not going to stream it live right now. So I could close this out right now. I've got it embedded in there. That's all I really need to do at this point. I would recommend if you're getting prepared, there are options here. At the top, you'll have this settings section. So you'll want to edit the settings. That's the audio and video. Make sure it's all set up correctly. So you can do this well ahead of time. So at the time of the Hangout event, you don't have to freak out. You can prepare and have it all ready to go. Your settings loaded in. There are options here on the left side, the screen share. So these are the tools that you can use to share your screen when you want to do a presentation. You can set up Google Effects, and that's where you can do sound effects and fun stuff. Not required, but a lot of people like that. You could even do things like this. So that's how people do this stuff. It's not too crazy. And the sound effects that you always hear us do are all built in here. And that's the actual software right there. So that's Hangouts on Air right here is the tool that you need to learn. Okay, this takes some practice. It's separate from 22 Social, but you saw I embedded it into the app. So now when I start broadcast here, it will stream whatever is showing here on the app. So if I share my screen, and I can do either the entire screen or the application window. So you can see I can select my whole screen there, and now I'm getting real crazy. I'm sharing my screen, right? That's how you share your screen, and then I could go in and show a demo or something. So that's how screen share works. And you can turn it off just by clicking that button again. So you'll have to play around with that stuff, but it's really powerful stuff. It's way easier than GoToWebinar back in the day. It's way easier than most of the tools out there. This is pretty simple to do. You can figure it out, and it's free. So I can have an unlimited audience watching this free of charge. So what I'm going to do now is close it out, and let's go ahead and publish this app. I'm going to share it, and then we'll fire up the broadcast and end it real fast. So, the last few things we want to do here, again, you want to customize the content so that it's...
Fire up the broadcast? I don't recommend it, Andrew.
I'm going to do it just for
right,
a second.
Go ahead.
We'll find out how this works. We're doing a lot at one time here on this computer. Okay, so let's make sure the two things we want to have in place. The gate is so critical because people are going to show up here, and you need to make sure that they know why they're registering. You want to put in some good headline copy here. Hey, you're going to learn X, Y, and Z on this live training. So go study some of the other webinars that are happening out there if you haven't done this. But you have the option to put up to 5 media sections. So you have a video, some photos. You can have some really compelling content here loaded into the media section. Even a little welcome video. Hey, I look forward to you joining our training. Go ahead and click below to log in with Facebook, and you'll have free access. And then I'll see you on the date and time. So that's pretty good to go. The last thing is the preview share details. So when I post this, you want it to look nice, and you can customize what Facebook displays when you share your link. So in this case, we give you something for free here, this live Hangout thing, and it looks nice. You can customize the text and the image to your liking. So you can upload an image and have a custom image there and your own title and description. So make sure you customize that if you'd like. Next, we're going to do is publish the app. So now it is visible and ready to go. What you want to do to promote it is grab this smart link, right? There's your 22S smart link. What you don't want to share is the URL up here, this Facebook link. That's not mobile ready. So you don't want to be sharing and promoting that link. This link here is mobile optimized. It's using our technology that we provide for you. So grab that link. You can click the share button if you like, but I like to just go to the home and just do it, separately here, like you would normally post something. When I post that link, it's going to, sometimes Facebook is a little behind. Let's see if I refresh if it'll pull that image. Sometimes it takes them a minute to render the image display.
Yeah, when it's a new link.
There it goes. Okay, so put that link in there. Maybe say, we're about to go live. Come join us live for the free training. Okay, so you can post your link. It'll be a big clickable image like that. Publish. Now what I'm going to do is log in with, I was testing this earlier. I'm going to log in with another user on a different browser. So I'm on Firefox now, and I'm using Joey. This is his Facebook account. And let's say he saw this in his feed, right? Or he saw the link in an email. Anywhere online he saw this link. He can click on it, either click the link itself or the big image here, and it's going to open up the app. Now check it out. He sees the gate, right? So he has not opted in yet. He has not logged in with Facebook. So Joey now is looking at the gate. That's why it's so important to get this to look right, because this is the first thing that they will see. It's probably the first time they ever see anything about your business. So make this compelling if you can. It'll definitely help your business grow if you make this page good. You want them to click that button. Now they're going to log in with Facebook. And this is where they're going to see that one-click Facebook allow page, right? Continue as Joey, receive your public profile, email address, birthday. They can edit this and continue. So it's one click lead capture right here, okay? This one click, now he's in your SRM. The next page he sees is a confirmation page. So by default, we're going to display the email that he uses to log into Facebook, because that's what we collected. He can change it if he'd like. So if he has a different email he uses, he could change it here. But by default, it's going to show that email, so it's pretty convenient. He can just click confirm. And you'll notice that last page was also styled out the same way. It inherits or pulls from your styles that we created earlier automatically for you. And now that he's back on this page, he sees your main content where he can watch. And anytime that he clicks on that link again, it's going to identify, because he's logged into Facebook, so he won't see the gate anymore. Only new people will. And what happened for you is Joey just got automatic access to this live streaming page. And for you, let's go back to our app here. What happened on your app is in the SRM, the Social Relationships Manager, you just collected the information. So you'll see we have one entry, and Joey here is displayed. You see the time that he came in. We could also click on him there, and you see he has access, some of his basic information. We can click over to his Facebook profile to send him a message or follow up with him, add him as a friend. If you're just getting started, this is so powerful because you really can get to know people who are going through this process and who are interested in what you're doing. If you'd like to connect your email autoresponder, you have the CRM set up here. We have ways to just automatically hook this up with any of these autoresponders, your MailChimp, your Aweber, GetResponse, all that good stuff, so that the name and email could have automatically also been added to your email list. So very cool stuff, but not required. By default and automatically set up for you is that SRM lead capture. So you saw I didn't do anything special, and that happened on its own. That whole Facebook process happened on its own. You don't have to do anything. As long as you have the gate enabled, it's going to require them to go through the gate and click this button to get access to your main content. And now we can fire up the broadcast and stream this thing, right? So this is how it works. Let's go to live and, let's go back to 22s.com/stream. Say I'm ready to go right now. I'll go back to 22s.com/stream. I like that because it takes me right in there automatically. And generally, it'll just show up the upcoming section here, and I can go to testing demo, which is the Hangout that I had embedded in there. I can click Start Hangout on Air. And this is where you'll have to get good and figure out the best system for you to kind of juggle this. Because what's going to happen is you have this window open. What I like to do is kind of do like a split screen setup here and set up a screen on the left. So we have the app opened up here. So what's going to happen is this control panel here on, let's see which side, on this side here is where you're creating the broadcast. You're controlling it here. I can bring on guests. So at this point, if I wanted to bring on a guest, I have this option up here at the top, invite people. So if I wanted to have a panel of guests down at the bottom, I just click on that invite people, and it gives me a link. Check that out. It just gives me a link that I can share with them. I can send them a Facebook message, an email, and they'll click on that, and they will then pop up down here on the Hangout. So that's how you get up to 9 other guests on this panel with you, and you can all have a conversation. So that could be part of your training. Now, let's go back over here on the left to the app that we have this embedded. And what you're going to see is when I'm ready to go live, again, pushing the technology here, I'm going to start the broadcast, right? So when I click Start Broadcast.
Oh, kids, don't try this at home.
I'm going to click OK.
Broadcasting twice.
Double broadcast right now. It takes about 10 seconds or so. See, it's starting, 5 seconds.
It's live.
Hangout on Air is live. So now it's streaming into that app right there. And in about 30 seconds, it's about a 30-second delay. So your audience is about 30 seconds behind you. That's important to know.
Yeah, don't ask a question and sit there and go, why is nobody answering it?
Yep. So let's see here.
Come on. Well, it might not do it if you.
I think it's gonna work. It takes a second, so it varies, and there it goes.
Go.
Now
Nice.
we're broadcasting onto that app that we just created from scratch, and That'll continue broadcasting until you hit that stop broadcast button. So your entire presentation now can be done using this interface. You can monitor over here. Really, you don't need to look at that one, right? Because it's 30 seconds behind. Just make sure that it's playing. And down below, you're going to see the comment streams. That's where you need to be aware. You could pull this up on your phone maybe and have the comment stream ready there on your phone if you don't want to have to deal with this whole back and forth thing. So that's all you need to look at is that comment stream is going to be on the app.
Stop it. I think you're really taxing the internet.
I'll stop the broadcast now.
Yeah, once you're done.
Once you're done, and then it'll end, right? This all still shows, but it shows that the broadcast ended.
Sometimes if you have someone you have in an interview, you can keep the conversation going. None of that's live, so it's like...
Right. Once it stops broadcasting, no one else will see. On the playback here, it will automatically stop. And then the video becomes a YouTube video on your YouTube channel. So it's available for replay just like a YouTube video. If you embedded a YouTube video you already recorded, it'll be available right there. So let's go ahead and see how this thing ended. See, the stream is over, and now in a few seconds or a minute, if I refresh, it will just be a video like normal.
It's usually fairly quick. YouTube turns it into a regular video.
And for Joey, our friend here that opted in, he was watching it live, and it looks like it just ended for him. So he was over here. Remember, this was the app that Joey logged in with. So he's watching it as a visitor. He was able to enjoy it. He can comment, thanks so much.
Training rules.
Well worth that Facebook login click I had to do to get access. So that's how you could protect your live streams. And the comment will show up here. This auto refresh comments happens every 90 seconds. So keep that in mind. Every 90 seconds, this will refresh for you. If you want, you can turn that off and manually refresh it. So I could just click manually refresh, and I'll see Joey down here. There he is. And I can close out this panel now that I'm done. And at this point, we have done a full-blown, started from nothing and created basically a whole entire Hangout registration system, collected a lead, broadcasted live in just a few minutes.